This is TheFixxx on Dash Radio.
Screaming what's really goody all the way here from Dash Radio on Dash Talk X on TheFixxx. What's really goody here in the building with my guys, of course. Be Easy.
Yeah.
DJ J Well.
What up? What up?
Capo.
Yeah.
What's really goody, y'all? It's another week. How are we feeling?
I'm a little disappointed, man. The Raiders had to cut Antonio Brown. I ain't too happy about that shit. And I'm in here all raided out.
Bill Belichick is going to be creeping real quick.
I know. I'm already knowing.
Hey, what's wrong with him? Is it him or the team?
I heard they cut a bunch of guarantees from his salary,
well,
$30 million.
The thing was,
$30 million.
if he didn't play the first game or if he didn't practice a certain amount of times, the contract wasn't guaranteed. So by cutting him today, the Raiders saved $30 million. But to answer your question, I don't know, man. It seemed like some mental shit going on, man.
Yeah, he seemed like he, I don't know. Like, I guess he said, he feel like the money ain't an issue for him. He just feel like, he go do what he want to do.
I feel like, of course, someone's going to say that. Of course, someone's going to be like, that's the same reason why guys be like rapping and they be like no cap in their rap, but they be capping. You feel me? Like,
I feel like he just, I don't know whether it just backfired on him or what.
Do you think it's a case of some CTE?
Probably. Shit, motherfuckers getting hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
hard.
Because each reason why he didn't want to show up, it was all his fault. First, it was his feet was fucked up. Well, he didn't wear the right socks or whatever when he got some procedure. So they fucked the bottom of his feet up to where he couldn't run. And then the other thing was he wanted to wear his own helmet. But they're like, that helmet's not safe. But they had the people that made the helmets come all the way to the practice facility, like, we will make you your own helmet. You'll be the only one with this helmet. That wasn't good enough. He threatened to retire.
That's what I'm saying. Like it seems like attention seeking. It seems like attention seeking, and then also it just seems like I feel like if he wanted to play, he could have.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was all up to him, and he just chose like fuck it.
Which is weird because when he was on excuses. When he was on the Steelers, he wanted a guaranteed contract.
And then he get a guaranteed contract, and then he fuck himself out of it.
Exactly.
But
so
see,
it's making no sense at all.
Yeah, and then but where he messed up though is calling the coach a cracker.
And trying to bomb on him.
And then trying to
bomb on him. He tried to fire on the coach?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And then what happened yesterday was John.
That's not going to fly with the owners.
Not the coach.
That's for sure.
Who's the motherfucker over the coach?
The owner?
The owner. Not the owner, the one that could make the trades and everything, like the GM.
The GM?
Yeah.
He tried to fight the GM, and all the players had to hold him back. But then the coach called him and told him, like, what the fuck, man? Like, you talented, just play football. He recorded the whole call, edited a whole YouTube video showing him working out, and pretty much try to make it like the Raiders are doing weird shit with him. And he put that call out, like, pretty much showing that, like, the coach was on some funny, like, weak shit. And then this morning, he's like, just release me. Like, this shit is weird, man. If I was another team, I wouldn't fuck with that. Like, he's super talented, no doubt. But
it's a headache, though.
Man.
Don't nobody want to
deal with it. You know what's funny
funny
about that is that the Raiders are the type of team that would put up with that. The rest of these teams are not going to put up with that shit.
Well, I think the Patriots will.
You think so?
Yeah.
For him.
I think somebody might pick him up.
The Patriots.
Maybe.
Brady
but
throwing to that dude.
I feel like, okay, look at
Manny.
what everything that Kaepernick went through for not standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then for you to come out calling coaches crackers and then for you to be in such a heavy, for you to be in like a certain field where there is a lot of white coaches, it's like, how do you know how they're going to take to that word? You know what I mean? Unless they're just going to be like, well, this is just all business, and not make things more personal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's maybe, feeling happy, like he has happy feet too, because, Jay-Z just made a huge major move being a part of the NFL as well. So I don't know if he felt like that was some type of momentum for him.
You know what's tripping me out about the Jay-Z thing? Jay-Z's part of the NFL has to do with entertainment.
Yeah.
And didn't it have to do with kind of
there was
bridging that cultural barrier to try to be like that spokesperson to kind of finesse that or whatever.
Right.
I think people are kind of jumping the gun too quick. Like, let's see what he does first.
Well, I think more diversity and inclusion is better, especially from a higher executive standpoint, right? If you have more inclusion and diversity, right, it's going to be a lot more checks and balances because there is a person of color with, that sort of seat at the table, right? And then wasn't there something that they were saying that maybe he might get a piece of an NFL team? Was that just?
I think that's some capping shit right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, remember when he was part of the Brooklyn Nets? They were like, oh, he's this big owner, but his percentage was like
2%,
0.1 or something.
Oh, word.
Like,
because I mean, I could see even if he did own a piece of a team, I could see him using that and being the guy that'd be like, oh, actually, yeah, so I own a big majority share of this team, and actually we're gonna get Colin Kaepernick as our quarterback.
I don't know, man. Kaepernick had a couple situations where he could have played.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think we should just wait on the Jay-Z situation.
Yeah, let's just wait.
Like everybody, and then this is another thing. Like when Diddy said he was gonna buy a team, when Curry said he was gonna buy a team, when Jermaine Dupri said he was gonna do his thing, like nobody said shit. Everybody was rooting for him, and then that was them just talking.
Yeah.
And then Jay-Z goes out and he makes an attempt to do something, and he does something with the NFL. And all of a sudden, Jay-Z's a sellout. This, that, and the third. It's like, man.
And his track record has shown when he put his name on something, he's not going to damage everything that he's built over time.
Yeah.
So people just got to give him a chance, man. Like, I really think he's going to do something. He's
going to do something great.
Yeah, he's going to do something dope, man.
He's going to do something great. And people are going to be right back saying they love him. Like it never happened.
Like he said in the song.
To the next.
Like he said in the song, first they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again.
Exactly.
This is a perfect example.
I think all people are somewhat jealous creatures, right? Even like just the smallest jealousy, right? And they never want to see somebody doing something that they want to do, right? So people like Jermaine Dupri and Dame Dash, who are all hating on these moves, they're hating because they're not able to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you got to just kind of go back. What's his name that played Kim Jong-un in that one movie, hate us because they ain't us. Right? That's some real shit. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, it's comedy, but like, for real, man. Like, if you can't do it, you know what I'm saying, don't hate on the next man because he made that move. It's a stepping stone towards the right direction.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So I like B-Easy said, let's just all sit back and let's watch what he did. But shit, since we kind of semi into some hot topics, let's go ahead and let's have Codigo talk about the hot topics before we bring in our first guest. So Codigo, what you got for us this week?
Man, I have a lot of things on my list for today, but starting off, everyone's been going crazy about these chicken sandwiches. So it seems as if Popeyes is no longer, I don't know if there's been any new update, but still now they're not giving away any more sandwiches, but it seems as if McDonald's now is trying to step up to the plate of having a chicken sandwich that is obviously not going to go as crazy as Popeyes or Chick-fil-A.
I heard somebody put a gun out on somebody at Popeyes because they was like, no more chicken sandwiches.
I'm not surprised.
Over a chicken sandwich.
Yo, that is so gutter though, bruh. For a chicken sandwich, for real, dude.
That shit is crazy.
Shit's got to be really bad if you ready to cap somebody for a chicken sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
It's goofy, honestly.
Did anybody have it?
So
Did you have it?
The McDonald's one?
Nah.
The Popeyes?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have it.
Nah,
I heard it was good.
Nah.
I
Anyone
vowed to not
here?
eat Popeyes a month before that happened. Fucked my stomach up. I had some shrimp. Me and my bro Brandon had some shrimp, and
all bad.
Man, my stomach was hurting the whole rest of the day. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
I ate a biscuit from Popeyes like 3 days ago. A biscuit.
Did you have something to
their
drink?
biscuits be bussin', with the little honey.
Did they fall off?
No, I mean, yeah, for sure. I thought you were saying something else.
Like,
but
did their biscuits fall off? Like, they ain't that good no more?
Majorly. What? I don't know if you guys remember, but it used to have like this like thin layer of just like
the butter.
Yeah, like I don't know what it was. I don't know how to describe
Melting your
it,
mouth
but
and shit.
that thin layer. But now it's like I felt sick off of eating the biscuit.
I tell you, the one that always make me feel sick, no matter what, is Church's chicken, man. That shit's greasy. The fucking biscuits is trash, dude. Like, I'm good.
I haven't had Church's in so long. I don't even remember what that shit tastes like.
You ain't missing out on nothing.
You're not missing out on nothing. But what's also a shocker is the old owner of Papa John's, well, the one who just resigned like a year ago. He just donated $1 million to a HBCU.
As he should.
As she should.
As he should.
That's not the one that had the.
But that's the one who said. No. That's the one who said.
That's
he had the racist comment.
That's the one who said, nigga, after, during a conference call. So he got in trouble for it. And a year after now, he donates $1 million to Simmons University in Kentucky. And I mean, I think it's great, you know, and I don't know. For me, I'm just really curious to know. I mean, yes, I'm happy that he did that, but I am curious to know where his headspace is now with black people, you know?
The same place it was in when he said it.
Yeah, 'cause
Exactly.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
like, for a multi-millionaire, throwing some money at somebody's like nothing. That's
That's
like
a PR move.
Yeah, it's like PR move. That's like
the easy
shut up,
Band-Aid,
shut the
you
fuck
know?
up money.
It's a
Like,
PR.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, what is $1 million to a HBCU? Like, that's like nothing, dude.
$1 million is dog food to him, bro.
No, I'm talking about to a college. $1 million
yeah.
is like nothing, man.
So to him, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, shit,
mean,
man.
I'm not mad at him, no. Shit.
I'm not mad
It's a
either.
step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
It's better
I
than
mean,
just a
better than
flat out
nothing.
apology.
Yeah,
and
it's better
nothing.
than
Yeah,
nothing.
that's
Fuck
real.
it.
Put some bread behind it.
Yeah.
Well,
Put
shit,
some
send some of that
where
money
your
to the
mouth
Fixx.
is.
Yeah.
Right?
Send us something.
Speaking
Speaking
of
that
which-
money to the Fixx. But,
sponsor a show, please.
Sponsor
real
our
shit,
show.
man. We'll eat some pizza.
right.
Yeah,
But
for
moving
real.
on from that, back to the music and everything, we have 6ix9ine's manager, Shotty, has been sentenced to 15 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm cool on
I
jail.
mean, he's still over here talking about, you know, Tekashi ratting on him in an interview and stuff, and it was an interview with Breakfast Club, right? Is that the one that he's referencing?
I
think it was the
idea.
one with Breakfast Club because 6ix9ine was like very subliminal. Like you could
It
tell
might
he
have
was.
been the second interview
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had on
yeah.
the Breakfast
Yeah.
Club. He was trying to clear his name right before he
yeah.
got arrested. So that was probably that. one.
And that interview happened like 2 days before he got arrested. 3
shit.
days.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I remember hearing about that.
I never really
Fuck all
fuck.
that.
I never really fuck with Tekashi, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
all
I mean,
that.
neither did
That
I.
nigga.
His beats were fire, but
His beats
you know
were
what I'm
fire.
saying? Like
Hey.
the substance of what he was saying was garbage.
I was talking to somebody and it was saying how his style was just like Onyx. Like he was just like a louder version of Onyx. Like that whole 90s
Like
rap.
Fredro Star.
Yeah,
type
like
shit.
they yelling and shit. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. You do dirt with people, you better be able to get ready to suffer the consequences because they might tell.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So
I mean, they could have been extorting him too, though, to a certain degree.
I mean, it's about to kill the man. So I mean,
you know
shit.
what I'm saying? It's like, yo,
And they say that robbery that happened to him when he got all
Was
beat
a
up and
PR
stuff was
stunt?
like a stunt.
yeah.
But he
Man,
got
who
beat.
knows?
Didn't he got it? I think, wasn't his face like really swollen and stuff
Nah.
when he got beat up?
Nah,
It wasn't?
nah, he had a little mark on his face, but I
But
think that
shit.
was him.
I know
was
that
him
you got
marking
some
his
more
face.
hot topics, but let's go ahead and bring in our first guest, and then shit, they could even chop it up with us about
Yeah.
our hot topics. Want to introduce them?
Yeah, definitely. Or actually, matter of fact, I let her introduce herself because I think she'll do even better than me. What's goody? Go ahead and say who you are to our listeners right now.
How you guys doing? I'm Jiana. Thank you for having me here at TheFixxx.
Welcome.
She's been on the Fixx before. You know, the show was not as great as it was now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But,
it was amazing.
welcome back.
Yeah, this is my second time. Super excited to be here. I've seen what you've been up to. A lot of great things. So thanks for having me.
Appreciate that. So, backstory: I met Jiana on a John Legend video shoot. She was doing her thing. She's involved in a lot of videos. John Legend, Chris Brown, Tyga. I mean, the list goes on. I seen her doing her thing, and she said she does music. And ever since then, we kept in contact, and we just been really cool. She's always in the studio. She got some new music that she brought us today. And pretty much, I want everybody to hear her story. We're going to play her music later on in the show, and then we're just going to chop it up and take it from there. So you want to give everybody a backstory on yourself, how you got started in the music industry and directing videos and everything?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I started out actually, I came to LA by myself when I was 19 and whatnot. I've been living in Lenox, and I started out in the medical field, but like I had a life-changing experience with cancer that made me realize like life's too short to not really do what you want to do. And so when I was 15, I had started doing music and whatnot, but dropped it because of my family and because just life in general. And so I picked it back up like around the time that I did the interview with you, and I've just been going hard with it ever since, and I couldn't be happier.
How is it to be an artist and to be around so much talent when you're doing these videos? Like, does it inspire you to want to go harder? Because you're not doing videos for like an up and coming rapper. These are like rappers that have been in the game and they're known, R&B artists that are known. and established? Does it inspire you a lot, or do you be
Yeah.
like, hey, let's work together? How's that go?
I mean, it's insane because like being on set with these top celebrities, it's very inspiring, and you get to see how they do what they do, how they make these amazing music videos and whatnot. And it's intense because you're like, man, I wish I could be doing that right now. And one day, you know, you got to put in the work to get to where they're at because they put in the work. But it's an amazing experience. It's definitely like very insightful, and you get to meet the people that they're around. And so I've definitely been building my network and whatnot, and been blessed to have those contacts that I feel like a lot of artists that are just starting out in the game, they don't have. And I feel like, honestly, like, I feel like that's God putting me in a position to win. You know what I mean? So,
That's what's up.
Right. What's the craziest thing you've seen, like being in these videos or being around?
what you mean?
That you can
crazy?
talk about. You don't have to name who the artist is, but like, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
What kind of crazy? There's different kinds of crazy.
Oh, shit, there's levels to it.
What comes to mind when you think about it, like that you can talk about?
That's difficult. I mean, I would say like the locations and just what we're doing in general is like crazy, because we be going to the desert in the middle of
Like
nowhere.
the middle of,
Yeah, like we shot a Tyga video that came out that we were doing all these CG effects where it's like we're in the desert and like he goes into Medusa's mouth and there's like this secret door that he goes into and it's the club, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's like a mirage.
That's
Right.
tight.
So just stuff like that, to where it's like, wow, like how did they come up with this? And like I said, you get to see how they actually make it happen.
And then you see you see the video at the end, the finished result.
yeah, it's
That's dope.
amazing. But crazy, like there's been fights, there's been, you know, a lot of
And they was fighting.
yeah, there's been it's a lot of stuff. You see pretty much everything. I mean, because they're human, they're artists, and at the end of the day, like they.
Hold on, the artist was fighting, or was some girls fighting?
There's been like artists fight. There's been girls. There's been, you
Damn.
know, it's just a lot of stuff. But it's
So wow, music video.
it's music. It's you
Yeah.
know, Hollywood.
Is there a certain line you try not to cross when you know you might be in the behind the scenes position versus, you know, wanting to be in that spotlight and knowing who to talk to and maybe not rubbing them the wrong way because they might be like, well, you know, you want to be in front of the camera, but you're doing this. How do you, you know, are there awkward moments like that you have?
It's walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
It is so hard because like when I first got into it, like started working on set, I hadn't even picked up music again yet. I wanted to do like film and directing, which I still do that, but that was the goal. Okay, film, do. But then people kept telling me, you should be in front of the camera, like, do you sing? Like, so people kept pushing me to that, and that's what, like, honestly inspired me to pick it up again. But now that I have, it's weird because it's like they flip the script to where it's like, oh, who you think you are? Like, oh,
Yeah.
like, you know, you shouldn't be, you know, doing this or whatever. Like, it's people act different around you once you start actually trying to go for, you know, that goal. And a lot of people are really cool. I've met amazing people, like managers, agents, and all that stuff. But then it's like there's other people that they feel like you're coming for their spot.
And it's a
Or-
difficult position to be in, right?
It is, and because like you said, you know, there's artists that maybe I want to collab with in the future, but I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to take their manager or their, you know, spotlight or whatever it is. And I never come with that intention, but it's inevitable that's how some people are gonna feel
But
regardless.
it's like a super balance that you have to have, right? Where you walk two sides of the fence, right? And you don't know what connection to pull from for your own individual creativity or not, because I feel like, you know, you don't want to be like, hey, I'd really love to do a song with Tyga, right, for instance, but then you're like, oh, well, shit, I'm trying to get this bread on this music video, and I don't want to kind of put them off.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard, and I'm figuring it out as I go. And I'm not gonna lie, I can, like, you know, there's been times where I feel tension, like, okay, I'm rubbing certain people the wrong way with what I'm doing, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing what I feel I need to do as an artist, and like I said, to follow my dream, because there's no way I'm going back to hiding that from the world just to make other people happy and comfortable. I did that. I've been there. I did that. I was miserable, and never again. You know what I mean? Like I said, life's too short.
So
What
will
I-
you?
So what, in the past, like Codigo has said on the show, like when she's doing things outside of the Fixx, and it's with somebody from the opposite sex, it's hard to find out their intentions off the top. sometimes they present themselves to like try to be a certain way, like they really want to work with you, but the end goal is they trying to hook up with you. How much of a challenge is that for you in the past or just in general? Because, you know, I mean, as a woman, I'm sure it's challenging for you too, especially being around people that think they could get women like, well, there is women throwing themselves at them all day. How challenging is that for you?
It's an even bigger challenge than walking on eggshells. I would say it's like walking on hot coals and trying to look cute and trying to be nice to people all at the same time. Like, I've had scripts, you know, that I worked on that people commissioned me to work on that they just forgot about or couldn't get to because of that situation, like deals and whatnot. I've had, you know, music managers that I've gone, you know, met with at the studio. They put me in the studio, but then it comes down to, oh, well, why should I make you the next thing? Or why should I help you? Like, what am I getting out of it? And it's heartbreaking, like to go through that, like, time after time after time after time, because it's like, it's that frequent to where if you're a woman and if you're, you know, pretty or whatever and you're trying to do something, it's always somebody that wants something in exchange. It can't be you're just you know what I mean? Right. And so the way I see it is like the way I got into the film industry, that happened too. Like I was trying and it was people like, why should I open the door for you? You knock 1,000 times, there's going to be that one good person that really doesn't want anything in return. They just want to help you. And they believe in you and whatnot. And that's how you get into it. And so I'm just waiting right now for the music thing, like really for that door to open.
Yeah. So when you introduce yourself to people, how do you introduce yourself? As, hey, or do you say I'm a singer? Well, what exactly is your role behind the scenes?
Oh, so behind the scenes, it's funny. I do a lot of things. I work in as assistant director. I've worked in art department. I've directed a few of my own things. So really, I never introduce myself with a title because I don't like to limit myself as far as how I want people to see me. I'm Jiana. That's all you need to know. And then as outside of that, like, do you do this? Yes, I do that. No, I don't do that. Whatnot. Like, I feel like once you put a label on yourself, like, yes, it makes it more official, but it can also be very limiting because they can be like, oh, well, I thought you only did this. You know?
I feel that. But I mean, like, in terms of, you know, you have to, you know, people are always asking, so what do you do? You know, like, so what is like your initial answer if I were, you know, we're at a party right now and I was like, hey, like, what's your name? And then you tell me your name. I'm like, so what do you do?
I'm an artist and I'm a director, but really I like doing anything creative. So whatever it is, let's do it.
Right. I know. I feel that because I feel like when it's hard, like you said, I totally agree. You should never limit yourself. But sometimes I feel like there are times when people may ask me that question and I do want to go with one answer, but then it's like I still have to break it down. But back to you, though, and, you know, you coming across so many artists and whatnot. What can you say you have learned and what type of notes have you taken from these artists and the ideas they have for their music videos that you can use for yourself?
Definitely taking note of like the amazing locations that they use, lighting techniques, like I said, the computer graphics, like techniques, how they do like visual effects and whatnot, different styles, like, you know, how they use different moods and colors to match the song and whatnot.
How much of the like artist has like a true input on like the graphics and like how like the final image of a music video comes out? Does it come down to the artist and the director working together, or is it more so the director, and who has more of the say so?
From what I understand is it's mostly the director. The artist, well, pretty much the label is the people who approve of the director's idea. So the director creates like a pitch deck, they submit it to the label. If the label likes it, then they, you know, put the money for it to make it happen. And the artist, I'm not sure at what point in time they go over any of that. I've had artists, like I've seen artists, you know, say, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not wearing that or whatever. But for the most time, they're pretty much, you know, told what to do in order to create the director's vision.
Yeah. So I see that you brought us a track today called Say My Name. And did you work on that with DJ VIP, or how did that work out?
DJ VIP was going to spin that for me and whatnot, but I produced that one myself. Well, shit. Not the beat, but I engineered it myself.
Too. All right.
Okay. So what we're going to do is take a small break. We're going to play the song for the listeners, and we're going to come back and chop it up. And then we're going to see if anybody that's tuning in got any questions. Maybe they got, their own opinions on the song, what they think about it. Then we're going to have my man Josh hop on the mic, read what everybody's saying about it. So this is Jiana's song called Say My Name. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Okay, say my name.
I like that.
That's
melodic.
And you produced that?
Yeah, I engineered it. I didn't make the beat, but yeah, I
Okay.
did it myself.
It sounded,
Good job.
it was crispy. It was nice. I liked it.
I like
dope.
the vibe that she used. It was kind of like a girl version Party Next Door. I feel
Yeah.
like. I like that because that vibe that Party has is very distinct, I feel like. And there are a lot of R&B artists, but females too on that spectrum. There's not really females making music like that right now. That's not really like the phase that we're in, which is perfect. Which is the reason why I feel like it's even golden, because of the fact that you are kind of hitting it with a different approach than most females right now trying to come out.
It's not cookie cutter. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not the cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see everybody trying to be something that they're not. Right? That was super dope.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to
Josh,
do
did we
stuff
have
like
any?
that in Spanish.
Did we have anything from the listeners giving their opinions? Oh wait, you gotta come get on the mic, bro.
He said, yeah. So,
like motherfuckers got bionic ears and
So
shit.
what happened was,
I'm nowhere near the mic.
What's
gotta
up,
say
yo?
their
What's up,
name, say
yo?
their name,
So we got username by Adore_Nez says she loving the vibes of this song. So congrats to you. And question from John NYC_721. He said, let's see. For his question for DJ J Wealth is, my question will be if the Raiders will make the playoffs without AB.
Well, yeah, man. Shit.
What a supportive fan you are.
Any team I'm supporting, the motherfuckers gonna do good. Shit.
That's right.
This is to John. Jay's tripping. They ain't doing shit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna cut his mic off, folks. But I'm glad the listeners liked her song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
I liked
tight,
it.
you know?
I liked it. That was good.
That's what's up. So what we're gonna do is take a small break, and we're gonna come back with our next guest. You wanna tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, on Instagram it's Jiana XIJIANA and on YouTube it's just Jiana. Say my name, you can find it, and it's out on all platforms.
That's what's up.
And there you have it. So what we're gonna do is take a small break. You listen to The Fixx on Dash Talk X.
Yep.
Tryna sabotage my crew, boy, you a swagger.